reports, but people donated $700,000 in climbing.
Well, you know, we only get an election every so often, but people vote with their dollars. And that's what we're seeing here. People on both sides of the political spectrum are saying, hey, this is a case that I want to push my influence in because this is how I feel at this time in America politically. And so that's where you're seeing those dollars go to, you know, and it's unfortunate. Historically, you know, we saw people donate to George Zimmerman when Trayvon Martin was killed, and there was outrage there. And Kyle Rittenhouse, same thing. You know, he killed 2 people, and somehow he got an abundance of legal donations. So, you know, people choose politically and they vote with their dollars.
Judge, as a member of the legal community, are you disturbed at all with this, hearing that many people are side, and in many cases, while they still have to go through the judicial system, it's clear many of them committed the crimes. They've said as much, but people are siding with them. Is that disturbing to you as a judge?
Yes. As a judge, it's disturbing, and as a citizen, it's disturbing. I know that it's been said that money is speech. But when the speech is to defend someone against a criminal act or some sort of defamation, as we see with this Hendricks woman, then that speech should be accredited to a person. Just like when I give a campaign contribution, people know that I gave it and to whom I gave it.
Right.
And I think that those things should be made public record so that people can see if this is the speech you support, then let us see who you are so that we can know that this is the speech you support. But in each and every one of these cases, the central theme is hate. That man hated the police, and so he ran over a police officer. That young man hated his colleague, so he stabbed him. The health insurance industry has done what some people think is committed unfair practices, so you kill a CEO? It's insane, but we are now living in a moment where insanity is normalcy. And that to me is scary.
And of course, when we come back, I want to talk to you guys about the current political atmosphere, and if you think that played a role, I can hear you thinking yes. Yes. Stay with us here on The Factor Uncensored. We'll continue this conversation after the break. Plus, and welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We continue our discussion about the people who are willing to back others battling serious allegations. In some cases, we're talking about murder. Our guests are back. So let's talk about the political atmosphere, the political climate now. Do you think that makes all of this ripe for the season?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like it's always from the top down, right? Whoever the leadership is, it shows his actions, if you will, and people are feeling a sense of freedom to say what they want to say, whereas they used to suppress it. Now we're in a political environment where they feel like they can say whatever they want to say, and then there are no consequences. So if there are no consequences, then I can say what I feel and get away with it. I mean, he's done it. 39, was it 39 counts? Something like that, you know? But you're the leader of the free world, so that's my opinion on that.
and of course, guys, your thoughts on this. Do you think it is the political atmosphere that allows people to be more forthcoming on who they may support, even if someone has committed murder or called a 5-year-old the N-word?
Definitely. Our country is so polarized, people don't feel that the system is working for them. And so in that instance, they're saying my dollars are going to work for me because the system's not working for me. And I think that's what we're seeing now.
All right. And Judge, and 34 felony counts.
Oh, 34. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Judge.
I think that when you call a 5-year-old the N-word, it's not about politics, it's about pettiness. That woman is full of hate and she's a racist. And to me, that's a psychological disorder that needs to be treated. With respect to the other two, whether you believe murdering a police officer is politics or murdering your classmate or murdering a CEO is politics, it's murder. And we're about to see if all lives matter equally here in just a moment. We keep hearing that refrain, but we're not seeing it sometimes in the justice system, and that upsets people. So let's find out now if everyone's life matters the same.
And of course, all of these cases, not all of them, they don't all contain a racial element. They just support this person because they agree with what they did.
Right.
In the Luigi Maggione case, and of course, the individual who's accused of killing the deputy as a result of payback for his son being killed by another officer in another department. So when you have individuals supporting people just because they do the things they support, I mean, your thoughts about that?
Well, on one hand, you have President Trump saying that officers should have full immunity to do whatever they want, and telling the government that we have to support law firms that are going to support these officers whenever they get in trouble. And so a parent seeing that, saying, hey, I may never get justice for my child who was murdered wrongfully. And so he took the matter into his own hands. And then you look at Luigi, people in this country are needing health care. And we have, a certain government right now who's saying, we might not be able to afford it. And so you have a family member who died from something that was easily preventable. You might want to take matters into your own hands. And I think that's what we're seeing now.
It's more of like of an empathy, because I empathize with you because I am of a certain race, and I've felt that trauma that has been led by ancestors or things that you feel from the past. I can relate and empathize and sympathize, and the same thing with the health care, as Demetrius was saying. Someone may have a loved one who died or didn't get the health care that they needed. So it's that empathize and sympathize that they are putting money behind it and supporting these situations.
When Lottie Dottie and everybody knows about it, it's more difficult to get a fair jury, but I have faith in the jury system. I think that a lot of people thought that because a person is the most powerful politician in the world, the President of the United States, they wouldn't get a fair trial, and if guilty, would not be convicted. And we saw that that wasn't true, that person was convicted and was held, they were convicted. And we've seen a number of times when people have at least been tried and either convicted or acquitted on the evidence. And I think that'll happen here. No one is going to say that Luigi Mangione was right for killing that man. No one is going to say that a father who we empathize and we sympathize with him, but you don't kill anyone because of what happened to your son, no matter how horrible. You fight that in the justice system. That's where that fight takes place. But now the truth is being assailed. Now reality is being called false, and what is fake and what is wrong is being called real. That's the way the game has been set. That's the way the table's set now. And people are frustrated. They're angry, and now they're acting out on that anger.
All right, and it's a path that we've seen we're all on. Thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored.